Katara, try not to put all your hopes in this boy.
But he's special. I can tell. I sense he's filled with much wisdom.
See? Now let's come and step like this.
Wake up, Aang.
Katara, don't ride the Unagi. Not fun.
So, how do I look?
You mean all of you or just your neck? I mean, because both look great.
Smoochy, smoochy, someone's in love.
Well...
Stop teasing him, Sokka. Aang's just a good friend. A sweet little guy. Just like Momo.
Thanks.
You ran away.
And then the Fire Nation attacked our temple. My people needed me and I wasn't there to help.
You don't know what would have...
The world needed me and I wasn't there to help.
Aang,
The fisherman was right. I did turn my back on the world.
you're being too hard on yourself. Even if you did run away, I think it was meant to be. If you had stayed, you would have been killed along with all the other airbenders.
You don't know that.
I know it's meant to be this way. The world needs you now. You give people hope.
I wish I could give you a little piece of home, Katara. Something to remind you.
I'll be okay.
Still, just a little trinket. Maybe something like this?
Aang! How'd you get that?
Zuko asked me to be sure I got it to you.
Oh, that's so sweet of Zuko. Would you give him a kiss for me when you see him?
Sure.
Mwah.
So you were showing me the octopus form.
Right. Let me see your stance. Your arms are too far apart. See, if you move them closer together, you protect your center. You got it?
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Okay, let's see what you got. You make a fine octopus, Pupil Aang.
How are we gonna find our way out of these tunnels?
I have a crazy idea.
What?
Never mind, it's too crazy.
Katara, what is it?
I was thinking, the curse says we'll be trapped in here forever unless we trust in love.
Right?
And here it says love is brightest in the dark, and has a picture of them kissing.
Where are you going with this?
Well, what if we kissed?
Us kissing?
See, it was a crazy idea.
Us kissing.
Us kissing? What was I thinking? Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to kiss you.
Oh, well, I didn't realize it was such a horrible option. Sorry I suggested it.
No, I mean, if it was a choice between kissing you and dying...
Ah!
What? I'm saying I would rather kiss you than die. That's a compliment.
Well, I'm not sure which I would rather do.
What is wrong with me? We're gonna run out of light any second now, aren't we?
I think so.
Then what are we gonna do?
What can we do?
I didn't know it belonged to the Avatar.
Tell me where Alvin is!
I traded him to some merchants. He's probably in Ba Sing Se by now. They were gonna sell him there. Please, we'll escort you out of the desert. We'll help however we can.
Just get out of here! Run!
It's okay to miss Appa. What's going on with you? In the desert, all you cared about was finding Appa, and now it's like you don't care about him at all.
You saw what I did out there. I was so angry about losing Appa, I couldn't control myself. I hated feeling like that.
But now you're not letting yourself feel anything. I know sometimes it hurts more to hope, and it hurts more to care. But you have to promise me that you won't stop caring. Come on, you need a hug.
Thank you for your concern, Katara.
She sounds healthy.
She's beautiful.
It's so squishy looking.
What should we name her?
I want our daughter's name to be unique. I want it to mean something.
I've been going through a really hard time lately, but you've made me hopeful again.
I know what I want to name our baby now. Hope.
That's a perfect name. Hope.
I thought I was trying to be strong, but really I was just running away from my feelings. Seeing this family together, so full of happiness and love, it's reminded me how I feel about Appa, and how I feel about you. I promise, I'll find Appa as fast as I can. I just really need to do this. Wow, you look beautiful.
How do I look?
Your mom's necklace.
Oh yeah. I guess it's pretty obviously Water Tribe, isn't it? I don't know, Aang. These shoes aren't really right for dancing, and I'm not sure that I know how to...
Take my hand.
Okay. Everyone's watching.
Don't worry about them. It's just you and me right now. Invasion. All aboard for the invasion.
You don't look so good. You sure you can't just lie down for a little nap?
I told you, I can't go back to sleep.
Aang, staying up all night can't be good for you.
Actually, staying up all night has given me some time to think. And I've realized some big things, Katara.
What big things?
I see everything so clearly now. What really matters. Why I'm really doing this. I'm doing it to save the world, but more than that, I'm doing it for the people I love. I'm doing it for you, Katara.
Aang, what are you saying?
I'm saying, I love you.
What are we doing?
what our hearts have been telling us to do for a long, long time. Baby, you're my forever girl.
Aang,
Huh?
I was just saying you should take a nap.
Oh, I guess I kind of drifted off into a daydream.
What was your dream about?
Living underwater?
Sounds neat.
Whew.
Aang,
Katara, You go first.
We've been through so many things together. And I've seen you grow up so much. You're not that little goofy kid I found in the iceberg anymore. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm really proud of you.
Everything is gonna be different after today, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What if I don't come back?
Aang, don't say that. Of course you'll...